Okay, you guys, so we are back with another banging video. In this video, we're gonna talk about Cardi B and Stefon Diggs because they are trending, honey, and they're trending on all platforms. TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Threads, everyone is talking about them. And the discussions, while they're good, they're not good. The basic of it is that Cardi B needs to ditch this PR relationship and Stefon Diggs is worse than Offset. Let's talk about it because the primary focus at this point is because what had happened between Stefon Diggs and his chef. What many critics are now saying, allegedly, is that Stefon Diggs paid for the chef to get a BBL. Allegedly, because we have no evidence to substantiate these things. Now, if you guys remember, it was a few days ago we saw that police report that was released and made publicly. The chef basically said that Stefon Diggs allegedly assaulted her and choked her on December 2nd. And then on December, 24th, Stefon Diggs was allegedly arrested. She said that she had bruises, but she never took any photos or any videos of the bruises. And she never wanted to make an official police report because of who the person is. Because of his money, status, power, and connection, Stefon Diggs being in the NFL and all of that jazz. So she wanted to stay away from that as much as possible because based on what I'm understanding, she feels as though because of his status and power, she wouldn't get any justice whatsoever. But as time passed, things got sour and she was in her feelings and she finally decided that she was going to file a police report. We saw the details of the police report where she said Stefon Diggs had asked her to give up her bedroom and she was like, this place is becoming a circus and all of that and she's out of here. We also saw text messages where she was demanding pay and money for her business and Stefon Diggs was like, no, B, I'm not going to give you a penny. So you can call whoever you want to call and give them my address, right? Now it is being alleged that the reason why Stefon Diggs told her he's not giving her anything is because he had paid for her to get a BBL, allegedly, and he was giving her money, not just a regular salary, but more than a regular salary, buying her gifts and buying her stuff. So when she was demanding the pay, Stefon Diggs felt as though he has already overpaid her, so there's no more money for her to get. She's not gonna get any more money. And the streets are alleging that the BBL, they're saying she got a BBL because she didn't have the BBL before working with Stefon Diggs. She allegedly got the BBL while working with him. If you remember in the police report, she was to work with him just for one season, something to that effect, or a few months out of the season, but he extended it to the entire season. Honey, I don't know how much time she got to recover from that BBL if that's the case, right? But what gives us a sense that they were involved is the fact that she was like, you promised to give me money for my business and I want my pay. That doesn't sound professional, does it? Because would you tell your boss that you're working with a company, things have gone sour? Would you be telling your boss, and oh, that money that you promised me for my business, I want that too, and I want my pay? Unless you have brought that business from a low situation to a very high situation. You've made them a lot of money and they promised to give you a bonus and they're saying, we're going to help you out with your business. We're going to give you a bonus, unless it is something like that. But when you look at the message, it's not given anything professional. It's given something that has to do with intimacy. And as such, the internet, they're digging deep. They're saying Stefon Diggs is no good. He's worse than Offset because even though Offset used to cheat, at least Offset used to try and keep it, away from Cardi B and hide it. No, some people are saying that with the chef saying that this house is a circus, Cardi B knows what is going on, and Cardi B knows that that kind of situation is ongoing as well. It is also said that there's nothing between Stefon Diggs and Cardi B ever since she got pregnant. Things have ended, and they have agreed to continue on a PR basis. Allegedly, it is said that they have no relationship. Everything that we see, I think they said from she was about 5 to 6 months pregnant, she was like, I can't deal with this. And it is alleged that they had agreed to continue on a PR basis because it was looking good for Cardi B. It's giving her numbers, and it's looking good for Stefon Diggs as well, and it's giving him numbers as well. So it is alleged that they don't even have a relationship. Everything that has been going on with them for the past few months is just for the purpose of PR. But what many critics are now saying is that it's not even looking good for PR, and as such, Cardi B needs to ditch Stefon Diggs, and she needs to ditch that man for good. And I must say, I agree, because if she had the intention of being with him just for clout and attention and to keep the hype around her upcoming tour, it's really looking bad. And if you guys remember what Stefon Diggs' teammates had said, they said that they would never introduce Stefon Diggs to their sister because the guy is just not a good guy. The interview is everywhere. You guys can check it out. Just go on TikTok or here on YouTube, and you guys can see the interview of his teammate saying Stefon Diggs is of absolutely no good, and they would not want him near their sisters. Okay, so did Stefon Diggs actually pay for Miss Chef BBL? I don't know, honey. That is what the streets of TikTok are alleging, allegedly. So that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. For now, we're gonna talk some more in the comment section. Man, I tell you, like, I feel so bad for Cardi B in a sense, but when she comes out and she's like, do you want me to F your man? Huh? Is that what you want me to do? You want me to F your man? I'm like, girl, please. What's the reason for that behavior? And when she was like, do you want me to put my baby back in my pee? And I'm like, no one is talking about your baby. People are talking about Offset 2.0 embarrassing you, making you look bad. And that is not your man. That's everyone's man, you know. But sometimes I guess when people are in a tight spot, they say shit, you know. They just say some horrible stuff that they should not say, because those responses that she gave, definitely she should have kept it quiet, because no one has spoken on her baby. I haven't seen it on TikTok. I haven't seen it. Even though she got pregnant, the only thing I've heard is people saying she got pregnant already, but after she realized who he was, she should have ditched him, and it's good that she had her baby. All I'm hearing when it comes to the baby is just, it's good she had her baby. No one is saying anything negative about her and her baby. So, but she always does that though. She always does that. Even with Offset, you guys can remember, she was like, let me teach y'all how to keep a man, cause y'all hoes don't know how to keep a man. And it's not until Offset started publicly embarrassing her, as though that man was saying, stop acting as though you're better than women out here, because there isn't a specific reason why men cheat. Sometimes it's so hard for her to learn. She has to get hit quite a few times to learn. Some of us have to get hit quite a few times to learn. Unfortunately, that's the case. Shouldn't be, but unfortunately it is. But anywho, guys, that's all I have to share in this video with you all. Leave your comments below. Peace.